Hello and welcome to The Sixth Sense. My name's Colin Fry. I'd like to invite you now to join me as we try to draw the two worlds just a little bit closer together. Well, hello ladies and gentlemen. Let's see where we go. All right fella, come on, talk to me. Good man, all right. I've got a gentleman here with me, and as this gentleman's trying to connect into me, he's showing me a very distinct memory of an ice cream van. Now, this fella in some ways got some connection to do with ice cream or ice cream vans. We're up here somewhere. Come on, darling.
My father-in-law.
Right, okay. But my love, would you please understand as well that there was this thing at one time where I've got this feeling as though there was more than one ice cream van. And we're going back quite a while, aren't we? Would you understand that, in fact, actually, he's showing me old be so I feel we've got to be going back, quite a long way.
Yeah.
And he's just showing me this really funny situation where he'd had a patch and he had like 2 or 3 vans out, doing the ice cream sales and everything, and then he got a rival. And they got into this cost-cutting war. And he's just actually saying to me in the end, he said, I was almost giving the bleeding stuff away. Right. What I get this impression from him of is he's being this incredibly funny man. All right, he must have had the most amazing sense of humour, all right? But as he's connecting into me, this thing about the fact that he did have this big sense of humour and, could make a joke about anything and everything is a reflection at the moment on what's going on in his family. Because he's just saying, where's the sense of humour gone?
Yes.
All right, where's the sense of humour gone? And he's got this thing, but he's just saying, I've got so much sympathy for you at the moment because... you're sitting around, he said, every time our family gets together and everything, he said it must be like sitting in a morgue.
Yeah.
Right? Because everyone's lost their sense of humour.
Yeah.
Was your husband and his brother at your house 2 weeks ago?
It might be his brother-in-law.
Brother-in-law. What did they go outside for?
I don't know.
But do you understand about the fact they disappeared outside for a while?
They often do, don't they?
Yeah.
Right, okay. His dad was listening in on the conversation. You just mentioned to your husband that his dad has said, if he hears him talk like that again, he will be really annoyed with him. All right?
I'll tell him.
Okay. Now, what I can tell you is this. Our fella here is actually saying, his son, your husband, is the only one that he ever really listened to.
Yeah.
All right? So can you just tell your husband from his dad, and I'll put it into modern terms for you, tell him to get his act together. All right? Tell him to start smiling again. All right? And tell him to have words with the rest of the family, because your father-in-law is getting fed up with coming to visit the family and seeing them sitting around as if they're in a morgue.
Yeah, so am I.
All right, let's get a bit of life back into the family again. Because he says he feels so sorry for you having to keep the family up all the time. Also, can you just also mention to your husband as well, his dad has said, in this day and age, £3,000 is not a huge amount of money. It's not really that much to worry about. Can you understand? You can. All right, my darling, I'll leave your father-in-law's love with you. Please make sure that his message is also passed on to his son. God bless. Take care.
I knew straight away it was my father-in-law because they have an ice cream company down Cornwall of Roskilly's Ice Cream, and they have quite a few shops down there as well, and probably a few vans dotted around as well. So he died in 1993. His name was Ernest Thomas Roskilly, and he died of motor neurones disease. I've always felt that my father-in-law is in, his presence is in our house, especially in one of the back bedrooms where my daughter sleeps. I've always felt that, that he's there.
He must have had the most amazing sense of humour.
I'd never actually met my father-in-law. He died before I met my husband. But on all accounts he was, he was always the joker and, ready for a party.
Every time our family gets together and everything, he said it must be like sitting in a morgue.
There's been a lot of things going on. My husband's brother died as well, 6 years ago now, and that just that put a downer on the family. They just seem to have drifted apart a bit lately, so I'll tell them. We'll sort them all out.
If he hears him talk like that again, he will be really annoyed with him.
Well, he has been a bit grumpy recently, and I think he lets work get on top of him. But I think it'll shock him, being told off by his dad, so I think it'll make him realise a bit more.
His dad has said, in this day and age, £3,000 is not a huge amount of money. It's not really that much to worry about.
I want a new kitchen, and he won't let me have one. So he thinks it's a lot of money for a kitchen. I just can't get through to him that it isn't. So I think he might change his mind now. He's been told off by his dad again.